Hi, my name is Kevin, and I work for academic composition. Previously, I used to work as a surf journalist when I started my writing career, and I submitted a few articles to some online surf publications regarding some of my travels. As a surf photographer, I traveled all over the world in search of the world's most perfect waves. And some of the articles I wrote, one of them was about Pipeline, which was a wave on Hawaii's North Shore. It's famous. The waves get huge, and they're these big barrels that surfers can ride inside. And so one of the articles I wrote was about taking photos at Pipeline. And another article I wrote was about my travels to Indonesia. Indonesia is an island archipelago, and the waves come from the Indian Ocean. There's nothing in between Antarctica and the Indonesian islands. So open ocean waves from the Indian Ocean travel for thousands of miles to the Indonesian archipelago. And there's all kinds of setups. So if you're a surfer, any sort of wave you can imagine exists in Indonesia. And people come from all over the world to surf it. It's like a wave playground there. So those were some of my most popular articles. Also, I worked as a copywriter. So I wrote a few articles for a wine company, actually, and a few other products. Some of my favorite authors. One would be Daniel Keyes. He wrote a book called Flowers for Algernon. I studied psychology in school, so that book is extremely interesting to me. It's about a man who is born with a very low IQ into special needs category, but he undergoes a special surgery to increase his IQ. So the book is essentially a first-person account from that man. And it's crazy because it starts off when he's low IQ, and you can see his intelligence improve over the book. But it's how should I say? Everything has its consequences. So that book is just incredible. Second favorite, let's see, another one of my favorite authors would be honestly, Douglas Adams. He wrote the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy series, and while it's not the most, how should I say, sophisticated book, it's extremely entertaining, very quirky. Douglas Adams is British, so you can his voice comes through as you're reading the novel, and yeah. I'm just a big fan of Douglas Adams. Very, very, how should I say, very interesting books to read. Enjoyable, very enjoyable. Last book I read was The Yagyu Clan by William DeLange. It's a nonfiction book about the struggles of the Yagyu clan back in the Warring States period, like around 1500s in Japan. What struck me the most was just the hardships that these people faced, yet they still struggled to the very end, very honorable. They don't make them like that anymore. We would do a lot to learn from the samurai. Another great book that I read, A Brave New World, Aldous Huxley. Huxley isn't my favorite author, but A Brave New World is one of the books that stuck with me. Similar to like 1984, A Brave New World, it's scary how many things are seeming to come true sort of like predictions. It's amazing what predictions that book made, or visions of the future. And it's scary how society is sort of moving in that direction. Very crazy. Very crazy, but it's a very dark book, but incredible writing, incredible vision, incredible story. So, history, English, and science. History, to this day, I still enjoy reading historical accounts, whatever I can learn from famous characters in history like Alexander the Great, Julius Caesar, Genghis. Who else? I mean, there's just so many things, like history of nations, the United States, Rome, Greece, ancient China. There's just so many interesting things if you look into the history of the world, and things sort of repeat themselves. Times change, but humans don't, it seems. So, extremely interesting to read about history. Remember, if you need any help with any writing assignments, get in contact with us at Academic Composition. You can DM us on Instagram, send us a message on Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, or the best way is to just send us an email through our contact form at academiccomposition.com. Like, subscribe, follow. Here are all our socials. And thanks. Have a good one.